Hi there, Virgo. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and I am here to do your Pisces full moon journey reading. So the full moon is coming up. It's going to be September, very late night on the 13th, and then early morning 14th. So depending on your time zone, that's when the full moon will actually arrive. And it is in that super spiritual, magical, mystical sign of Pisces, which is the sign that is opposite yours. So this is definitely going to impact you because it has so much to do with your personal dance in life. So before we get started, just a few quick notes. This is a general reading. It will not correspond or resonate with every single Virgo on the planet, as we know. If the messages resonate with you, then take those as they are. They are for you. If they do not resonate with you, throw them on out and give them to another Virgo because it probably belongs to someone else. So this is going to be addressing Virgo Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising predominantly, but if you have a lot of other planets in Virgo or a strong, association with Virgo, then it's probably going to resonate. You know how that works. The energy can definitely apply to anybody depending on what they're feeling. And of course, all Virgo cross watchers are absolutely welcome and encouraged to join us as well. So while you're thinking about it, reach out, hit that subscribe button and join our little dragon family. Give it the dragon claw up by hitting like and let us know that you enjoyed this video. So let's get into a little bit of your astrological influences a little deeper. So what's happening with that big Pisces full moon? It is going to be connected to the planet Neptune because Neptune is also traveling in Pisces right now in the sky. And so when that comes together, it will create an even more magical, mystical, spiritual, kind of ego-denying effect. It makes us get rid of anything that's egotistical or isn't really for our greatest spiritual good. So even though it may seem a little bit like, wow, this isn't always the most fun because it strips away things that are, superficial or aren't really for our best. And what that will be doing for you personally, Virgo, is it will be transiting your universal 7th house of the chart, of the zodiac chart. So it will be mostly affecting love, relationships, partnerships. That 7th house is a Libra house, so it's all about any kind of relationship that you have, whether it's work, love, friendship, family, one-on-one relations. And it bounces off against all that stuff going on. There's a lot of planets in Virgo right now in the 1st house for you. So this is very much highlighting your relationship to others and your relationship to yourself, how you identify. So those are the things that will really be brought up to the surface for this particular full moon in Pisces. You absolutely will be feeling it. And so now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to start pulling some cards to see what kind of trajectory that moon journey is going to take, starting with this Pisces full moon. Dear angels, guardians, guides, helpers and healers, divine beings of light, ancestors and guardians, please be with us as we do the reading for Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Virgo for this Pisces full moon period. Please protect their energy and mine and bring through messages for their highest good. Thank you. Ah, yes. Okay, so Virgo, this is definitely time to breathe out. This is time to release, time to relax. Anything negative, anything that's been building up around how you see yourself, how you see relationship with other people. New moon in Scorpio, work through your fears, and then adjustments are required with that 3rd quarter moon. So this is definitely a period of reworking, reassessing, working through those darker parts, and not being afraid to look at things even if they're a little difficult, or maybe even a lot difficult. So let's pull some more from another lunar oracle deck and see what comes up under those. So this to me, wow, yeah, there's a lot of reworking and reassessing. So yes, take time to breathe out, and then on top of that, there's that creation card, which is the beaver moon, which is actually what happens in November, because that's usually when, you know, the beavers become more active, you know, building dams and fording the water. So it's like, that's why it's named that in the old, like the Farmer's Almanac and tradition. So this could really culminate for you sometime in November, and that would make a lot of sense because we've got that next card, of course, that's Scorpio, and then on top of it, haha, there comes the worm moon, which to me is all about the springtime. So this could really be like, you're going from Scorpio time around November, and it's going to have an effect until May. You may feel that again when Taurus time comes up and that springtime moon comes up, like April, May, when the spring begins. So let's look a little deeper, and this is what I mean. So here we go. On top of that, adjustments are needed. We have the assessing. So there's definitely, you've got to think some things out, work some things through. You're in process. You're definitely working in process. This is not completely solidified. To me, this feels very much like you're working through, and especially when it comes to relationship areas, this is really working through some things for you. If you've been going through relationship conflicts, this is saying, you know, take some time out, work through these issues. Don't just, you know, drop it all away. Don't just kick everything to the side, especially if both people still want to work through the issues. But this is definitely a time where you need some time out. You need some time to just recoup, relax, refresh, get a little more in touch with yourself, and decide, well, what is it that I really, really want and need? What do they really want and need? How can we adjust this to where it, you know, both people are getting what they need and what their desires truly are? And this could be really starting this, you know, that culmination effect takes place with the Pisces full moon. Then it hits again, we hit another plateau going into November. And then it's sort of like you get to that springtime, you know, somewhere between, I would say March to May, you know, that's really when I would see that really coming full circle. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pull, let's think. Spirit, please help me know how much to pull for you guys. I'm feeling 5 or 6. So let's go with 6, because I want to give you a good storyline on what's going to unfold here. Yeah, this has definitely been some heartache and heartbreak, and you absolutely, oh my goodness. Okay, so Virgo, the first card that comes up is that Knight of Swords. The next one coming up is the Three of Swords. So you know what? I saw one of my favorite tarot readers do this week. She said, get those swords out of Virgo's heart. We want those out of there now. No more of that. You know, so this definitely tells me that you have been working through probably a good deal of stress, a good deal of anxiety, and heartbreak has definitely been part of this journey. But you're definitely working through it, because here comes that Seven of Pentacles. So the next one in line is really saying you have the patience, you have the determination, you have the stamina, and you are moving forward. You're making progress, because here comes that Chariot. It's that very intuitive energy that you're working forward, but you do need some downtime, because look at that. There is that Four of Swords, which always tells me take some time out for yourself. And then the Three of Wands comes up after that, because then once you've done that, once you've really taken time for yourself, once you've really kind of worked through this process, you're ready to let new beginnings start. You're ready to kind of wait for those ships to come in and say, okay, now I'm open for business. Now I'm ready to receive whatever things that are coming my way. I've got time. I've got an open heart again. So let's pull some more cards and see what comes out a little deeper for these. Okay, Virgo, so yeah, you're definitely, I mean, this is really letting go of some things from your past. Oh, beautiful, beautiful ending though, let me tell you. So over top of that Knight, you're bringing up, that Five of Cups, which is that sort of clinging to the past, having a hard time kind of letting go of the stress and anxiety. Over top of that Three of Swords comes the Two of Wands. So you're already looking to move past that heartache and disappointment, which is really great. The Seven of Pentacles, the patience, up comes that Four of Cups. So to me, this is like, again, look at that figure taking time out to just, connect with herself, not listening to the voices of worry or anxiety or fear. In the traditional deck, this Four of Cups also indicates that it's like, it's time to really tune in and be grateful for the good things that you already do have. So don't forget to pay attention to everything that's going right. And then here comes the Chariot, and on top of that, this very rapid movement. So when you move past this and when you get going and you say, I am done, I'm good, I'm going forward, you do it very, very rapidly. And it also pulls back and gives you bigger perspective. I think coming into this end of the year, the progress and the work that starts now with this Pisces full moon, you start to really gain a lot of momentum, kind of around that new year. And then after the new year, you're going to take a whole break and say, okay, I need the downtime. I need to relax. And I also need stability. Four of Wands, very strong, very positive card. And to me, this one always brings in that feeling of gotta give, gotta get. You can't be giving everything, Virgo, because y'all, you give a lot of your heart. And the Pisces energy that this full moon brings in is going to make you extremely aware of all the places that you have just given till it bleeds. You've given too much. It's not a bad thing to be generous. Don't beat yourself up for it. But it's just, you're coming into an awareness of fullness that says, aha, I get it. That's where you need to, learn to say no sometimes, learn to put up a boundary, learn to, say I can do this much, but then I've got to say no. I've got to give myself my own space. So on top of that Three of Wands, that beautiful star card, look at that gorgeous peace and serenity. And the star, also, as a friend of mine says, this is something, you only get that star card if you've really gone through some trials by fire, if you've really gone through it. And Virgo, you are in the process. You are going through it right now. But I absolutely believe you're going to come through this with shining colors. Just remember, honor yourself, honor your boundaries. Don't let others take unnecessary advantage of you. And remember that even though, yes, you are a very modest sign, you are not one that definitely always puts yourself out there like that. You definitely need to remember how good you truly are. Don't undervalue yourself or underestimate yourself or your worth. So as I was just about to pull a couple of animal spirit cards for you, the peacock jumped right out. So there it is. Let it shine. This is where you're at right now. You're not meant to keep yourself to yourself. 4 + 6 = 1. So there's that magic coming in for you. And, I always see the peacock because a lot of people, they use the peacock feather as protection. It's almost like the evil eye that guards from, evil intent. So this is also saying it's not just let it shine, but it's also be protective of your own energy. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to put the boundaries up. I absolutely feel that that is important. So I'm pulling 2 more. And here we go. Cat spirit, claim your independence. What a surprise. So this is you getting a little bit of that sassy swagger back that we like to see. Doing your own thing. Don't worry about what everyone else thinks. And then the koala spirit, which is a lot of just don't worry. Don't worry. Don't have anxiety about this. Spirit has a plan. Take it one day at a time. You are going to get there. Absolutely. And let me pull 2 more. Just from the major arcana, and I'm going to do one from the top, one from the bottom of the deck, just to give that balance of heaven and earth. Yes, yes, absolutely. Coming to the completion of the cycle with the World card, and the Tower is what's going away. This is what's behind you. This is what's, been the thing dogging you on this earthly plane, but spiritually, Spirit is saying, yes, you are coming to the end of this cycle. You're going to be working through it. You're going to start seeing definitely some momentum, as I think, especially around this later part of the year. The Pisces full moon this month is going to really trigger and open up some awareness. It's like, okay, I know what I need to change. I know what I need to do. And then December is going to be strong. And then getting into that new year, and then the spring, your early spring, is like everything starts to shift. Just take it one day at a time, Virgo. You're going to rock it. Thank you so much for being with us, and I'll see you really soon. Take care.